I'm just thinking of him writing up this list. like he writes up the list and then he's like, oh, the only person living on this list is Chris Getz.
That's what I was going to ask you guys. I was going to ask how many people on Jerry's fake list that he kept referencing were actually alive. How many people were actually guys that are working right now?
One. He called all the other guys on the list and got disconnected numbers because they've been dead for 50 years.
Take yourself out of your fan clothing for a second, except for you, Beef. Please never take yourself out of clothing. I'm really sincere. If you own an entity that you expected to do something, it didn't meet those expectations, how much more would you want to invest in it?
Right.
I'm not sitting here saying Jerry Reinsdorf should spend more money. He's in Chicago. Like, Chicago is Chicago. Act like it. But at the same time, I also try to understand the human emotions that go into this, because I don't think that people are just inherently cheap with things like baseball teams, with a few exceptions. And I look at the White Sox right now, and if I own the White Sox, I would ask myself, am I investing into a lemon? Am I investing into something? Am I putting money into a car that's just going to crap out again? And at very least, that gives you pause.
All right, we're at the tailgate right now. I got my man, Joey P, right here. To me, the original bum. The original bum, not these other guys. Here's my question for you, Joey. What about the White Sox is pissing you off the most right now?
The manager. Enough said. Like, what worse job can you do than the manager right now, man? Like, pump up the crowd, hype them up like I do. Let's go. Vámonos.
Thank you, Joey. Appreciate you. All right, you got the beef off here. We're at the tailgate. I got my man Bob with me. He's got the Saturday Nights Are for the Wives shirt, which I love. One question for you, Bob. What about the White Sox is pissing you off the most right now?
Jerry. I'm sorry, everybody said it, right, Jerry?
Mike
Fuck Jerry.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. All right, friends, we got the beef off. I got Katie with me. We're at the tailgate, pouring like a motherfucker. But I have one question for you, Katie. What's pissing you off the most about the White Sox right now?
Lack of effort.
That's very fair. This team looks like they're
Not trying.
I mean, I hate to tout the manager. He said they're flat. They do look like they're not trying. They look like they've given up on life.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Appreciate that, Katie. All right, I'm here with Jared. Jared, you've done 1 million shots of Malort with cicadas in them, which I bless your heart. I only did one. I crunched up the cicadas delicious. But my question for you is, what's pissing you off the most right now about the White Sox?
I could say John Striffrin, just to piss my Sox summer off.
Yeah.
But no, actually, he's not the worst thing. The worst thing is Pedro Rafal. I want to like the guy, but I don't see it happening.
It is tough.
He's a nice guy. We met him. He's a cool guy, but not a manager. I'm sorry.
He sucks.
He kind of sucks. Yeah. I hate to say it, but he sucks.
Thank you, Jared. Appreciate you. All right, friends, you got the beef off. I've got Zombie Jackie with me. We're at the tailgate. One single question for you. What is pissing you off the most about the White Sox? Just one thing.
You should not be able to keep your job in the face of gross and just horrible incompetence. Pedro Rafal should be fired. I don't care if they're going to fuck up. I don't care if they're going to mess up. Who comes next? I don't care. You don't get to keep your job if you fucking suck.
Fair enough. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate that. All right, friends, we got the beef off. We're at the tailgate. I've got Neil right here. He's been drinking hard. I can tell he's been pounding shit. One question for you, Neil. What is pissing you off the most about the White Sox right now? One thing, because I know there's a lot of things, but one thing.
Lenine Sosa, why is he here? Why is he here? I don't know. We've done this 15 times already. Just get him out. Just get him out.
Love it, Neil. A man of my own heart. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. All right, I got Aloha Mr. Hand with me. Mr. Hand, real quick, I'm interviewing everybody I can find out here. What's the thing about the White Sox that's pissing you off the absolute most?
Everything. Fuck them all.
Wait a minute, can I answer?
One thing. Yeah,
one
what did you say?
thing only. The supposed they were going to be prepared to kick your ass, when in fact they're getting their ass kicked.
Absolutely love it. Thank you. All right, I got Jeff right here. Jeff, I need your number one thing that's pissing you off right now about our White Sox.
There it is.
Oh, man.
It's a laundry list, right? What is making you the most fucking irate about this team?
I would say, Andrew Vaughn's got to be sent down, and he might have been sent down already. He hasn't played.
He hasn't played.
He's not playing today. He didn't play yesterday. He's not playing today.
That warms my heart because I
got
can't
to
stand
get
Andrew.
reset.
He's got to go out.
reset. Yeah, he may be.
We're getting a
we don't
motherfucking
know.
selfie.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Jeff. All right, we're at the tailgate. I'm here with my man Yumper. Yump, quick question for you. The White Sox, what is pissing you off the absolute most right now?
Fuck, man, I would say probably the promotions. They're pretty fucking shitty. MLS is losing money, not being able to steal shit, and making me go through the fucking rows with them to pick up the shit that's left behind. It's just been bad. When the North Side's doing better promotions to you, it's pretty horrible.
That's right. MSS is dying out there in the secondary market. Appreciate you, Jump. Thank you, my friend. Love you.
But I sold a shirt this past Tuesday. After selling it, a buyer messages me, asked me to change the address, that his new one wasn't on file. And this is something that does happen too. So sometimes people will do that. Now, there's a proper way to do it, or there's the way that Ray did it. One thing for sure, the username that purchased the shirt is not the same username that messaged me after it's sold, asking me to change the address. So okay. He says, "Hey, did you purchase this Jordan shirt? I have a message from another account saying for me to change that address."
Oh my God.
I did and sent it. I'm really confused. So here's this is
He is really confused.
Yeah,
that's the most accurate part of this.
So he goes in and says, "Hey, could you change the address? That's not my shirt." He doesn't have the same username. He's not mailing from the account. And the guy goes, "Sure, I'll do that right for you. No problem." This is why if you run a brick and mortar business, you have no fear of eBay sellers taking over anything. Number 7. Well, if you're going to go first on this one,
right.
It's a pepperoni football.
Oh
but
my God.
underneath the pepperoni is actually a cheese ball. So if you're not familiar with cheese ball, it's like sour cream and I think and a bunch of stuff that with like cheese all mixed together. Then they coat it with they've covered it with little small pepperonis, and then use like a piece of like mozzarella cheese that go over top of it to make it look like a football. Served with Ritz crackers, delicious Ritz crackers. Loaf, you smashing or passing the pepperoni cheese ball football?
Guys, I can't. I can't look at that. And maybe I have a Ritz cracker or two. I can't. I'm not touching that. I don't. First of all, those don't look like pepperonis.
Thank you. Thank you.
They look
That's
nothing
exactly
like
what I thought.
Okay, I've seen a lot of pepperoni in my day. That's not a pepperoni. I don't know what that little thing is. I'm not even. And then the
Beef,
cheese
I'm with
ball,
you.
I don't know what a cheese ball is even underneath.
There's many
like,
pepperonis.
No. Beef, all you need to know is that, like, you look at those pepperonis, the cheese underneath there is fucking bullshit. It's fugazi. That might just be an unwrapped thing of Philadelphia cream cheese. Like that's
what it is.
That's bullshit cheese.
and
That's
like,
bullshit cheese.
I want to get a Ritz, but I don't want any of the Ritzes that have touched whatever that is. I'm not having any of those. My Ritz better be on the back edge of the plate. I don't want it to touch any of that. Big pass on that thing.
It seems I'm only doing it for formality purposes. Treasy, he's smashing or passing the pepperoni fucking cheese ball football.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take one Ritz cracker. I'm gonna peel that possibly mozzarella off the top, and I'm gonna eat that. And you can have the rest of that bullshit. That's ivermectin. That's not for human consumption. And the question is, who had a better performance on LSD? Doc Ellis throwing a no-hitter or Carlos Santana at Woodstock?
I'm going to go Carlos Santana because that's the performance that really put him on the map as far as like, the broader audience out there. Doc Ellis's no-hitter, while good, it's sloppy. He had like 9 walks. It wasn't really a virtuoso performance, whereas Carlos Santana's was. So I'm going to go with Santana.
I am going to go with Doc Ellis as playing guitar
at a music festival with a bunch of people on drugs go hand in hand while you're on drugs, whereas throwing a baseball and pitching a no-hitter and being on LSD don't necessarily go hand in hand. If Doc Ellis knew he was pitching and took LSD just to see like, hey, see what the fuck's gonna happen, right? Like, I would be like, even more so, like, more in awe. But the fact that he forgot that he was pitching and then took the LSD and then was like, oh shit, I have to pitch, and then throws a no-hitter.
You know the LA Beast too, right? You
Oh
know,
yeah,
so,
yeah.
So like we always joke that My Sock Summer looks like his like his dumber brother, but like
LA Feast, we call him,
we
right?
call him LA Feast, but like
LA Yeast.
Yeah, exactly.
on our 5th anniversary show, we paid LA Beast to do like a cameo for us,
Oh,
just to say
yeah,
like
yeah.
just to do like a congratulations. He sent us an 18-minute video.
Oh my god.
And within it, he told us a story that he was like drunk, and he was with Joey Chestnut.
Oh, I
And
was
he-
there.
Was this the
butter-
butter
is this the butter
thing?
story?
Oh,
Yeah, I
so
was
please
there.
tell it. Yeah. Okay, you can confirm this then.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah. Yeah, I think they both were extremely intoxicated. We had to go to like 3 different 7-Elevens to get the butter, and then they did it out in front. And Matt Stoney was also there filming. Like, I think he was probably underage, and yeah, it didn't go well. It didn't go well for either of them. I remember them both being violently ill after. So yeah, it's totally true and like hilarious. I kind of forgot about that.
2012, I challenged Joey Chestnut. I was like, if I could eat more food than Joey Chestnut, I could probably eat more sticks of butter. And on a drunken night in his hometown of San Jose, California, he was like talking to somebody else. I'm like, hey, Joey, I can fucking beat you at eating more sticks of butter. And he stopped what he was doing and like whipped his head around right in my face. And he's like, what the fuck did you say? And I was like, I could eat more butter than you can. And he's like, you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? And he's like, do you know what it takes to be me? And then he's like, I can't fucking lose. I won't lose. Like, and I'm like, fuck. And then, yeah, like we bought 2 pounds of butter. I had the second stick of butter in my mouth, and he had the last stick of butter, and he's like, you're the LA bitch.
Last night, I'm sitting at home. We're watching some TV. We're doing whatever, and we're talking about something. And Cornsey's like, "Have you ever heard about this Willy Wonka thing in Glasgow? That was like the fire festival of immersive activities."
What?
I was like, no, what? What are you talking about?
No.
And like, you've seen these things where it's like an immersive Van Gogh experience, right? And like you go in there and like
Yeah.
it's like the whole fucking room is like it's like
Yeah.
almost like 3D kind of experience. They hyped up in Glasgow. They hyped up this like Willy Wonka one, and it sounded really cool. And they had like this the image for it going in was like this crazy AI thing where it looked like, oh shit, you're in like basically going to Willy Wonka's factory, and then you get there and like it is just like looks like a child made it. And for the podcast listeners, I have a picture up,
My
and
God.
it's basically like street signs that look like a 4-year-old made them, a very depressed bartender, Oompa Loompa, and then like just some shit that looks like the like you're walking into the aftermath of a parade float, and it's and I was like cracking up, and then I was like, you know, I was trying to think, have I ever been to like a fire festival style, like you were sold this bill of goods and then you get this thing? And I got to ask you guys, serious question, but kind of funny.
Yeah.
Were the 2023 White Sox the fire festival of baseball teams?
The absolute weakest form of podcast, but we're going to do it anyway. I've got a fuck, marry, kill for you.
Oh.
3 people here. Yes. Perfect timing. Do you want to do the rest of the show in the dark or what? I'll totally up to you.
I mean, is it fine?
I could see you. That's fine. Okay. Fuck, marry, kill. 3 people here. There you go. Number 1, Scott Stapp.
My king.
2, Jersey Mike's. 3, Aaron Boone.
I know who I'm for sure unaliving, and that is the Yankees manager. That's
Okay.
a given. Yeah.
He's got it here. Okay.
Like, I think I would marry Jersey Mike's.
Okay.
I'm a diehard sandwich enthusiast. I have a sandwich basically every fucking day.
Really?
And then I would definitely bang Scott. And I would want him, yeah, and I would want to hear him sing higher.
Shut up.
I'm going to go a little different direction on the nervous shits. All right. Someone who's been doing well.
Oh.
And that's Drew Thorpe. I
like this. I like this.
There is so much riding on this poor kid. And he's been doing well, but like I'm still very nervous for when the really good hitters come up that they're just going to sit and wait for that change or sit and wait for the fastball and pound whichever one they're waiting on. And like it just makes me very nervous for him, right? Because like at this point, I'm not nervous for myself. I walk into every situation assuming the team's going to fuck up, right? But like,
right. Easy enough.
MSS, we were at that 4th of July party over the weekend, right?
Yes.
It was on Sunday. And
The
I said,
7th.
hey,
Yep.
I said, hey, turn on the Sox game. Kopech's about to blow the fucking game. He had just walked into the game.
Yep.
And it happened.
It did happen.
It's predictable, right?
Yeah.
These things don't give me the nervous shits. I know it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen to Drew Thorpe, and I really don't want it to. I really want this kid to succeed.
One of my favorite parts of walking through the outfield concourse is crop dusting. It's great. Remember when this was Goose Island? It was a lot cooler. I wanted to dress that goose up in all sorts of different outfits. I might write a blog about it. We'll see.
The last thing I've had on my mind for a little while, and I got this situation actually today at work, is when you're in especially it's like a work bathroom thing, but more public restrooms in general. But it happens more at work because people are more comfortable shitting at work. So you ever get to the spot where you're at the urinal, you're peeing, someone's shitting, but they're further along in the shitting process than you are in the peeing process, where you get this level of anxiety, like I have to finish this piss and wash my hands and get out of here because I don't want to be at the sink at the same time as the shitter because I don't know what to say or if I should look at them or if I should look away or what, because I know what just happened behind us and I don't know what to do.
This is on the shitter. This is not your this is not your problem. This is not your problem. They should be listening. They should be listening and go like, all right, the coast is clear. I can get out of this crime scene I just fucking put together back here.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's on, because you know what it is? If they're not, they're really flaunting what they did in there. I think that's on them. That's on them. They're a sicko. If they're coming
if they're
out
trying
of there
to come out when you're out, they're like
lost 2 pounds and they're pat you on the back with the hand they just wiped their ass with.
Oh, that's gross. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the comments agree. Maloney says shitter has to wait until the coast is clear. It's common courtesy. And Timothy Meyer hard agree. You camp out in that stall. Yeah, that's what I thought too, because that was my instinct. I don't want to be when I'm the shitter, which isn't that often at work. I'm not much of a work shitter.
Oh, he's the number one culprit, right?
But absolutely not. I always wait until the motherfuckers are all gone.
This is accurate. This is accurate. All bathrooms should have music playing.
That's a good call, actually. Yeah.
That just reminded me. Like we were just recently doing some work on the house, and we're like, hey, should we replace the fans in the bathroom? Everywhere that sells those bathroom fans now, they're like silent fan, and it's like I don't want a silent fan.
Oh no,
this is the one place I don't want Dyson making this fan. All right, I want Boeing making this fan. Like I want this to be the loudest shit you've ever heard.
It's not. I mean, the shitting part's one thing, but what if I'm grunting a little bit as part of the shitting ritual? You know, I don't need everyone to hear that. You know, I don't need that recorded and put on the internet or anything like that. But no, okay. I'm glad everyone's on my side because I get major anxiety. I finished my piss and I'm going to wash my hands. I am a thorough hand washer when I go to the bathroom. I get a lot of soap and I give it the full on time ever since COVID. I'm at 20 seconds, baby. You got 20 seconds. But when I'm at second 11 and I can hear the guy pulling his pants up. I'm in a rush right there, man, because I might
not even dry the hands.
I have to run out of there. Wet hands, rubbing my pants and run out of there. Fuck it, so I don't see the shitter face. You don't want to be face to face with a recent shitter. You don't know if they're going to have the vein in their head or a little globule of sweat coming down. I don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to see that person.
Also, especially if they're in there destroying it, there's a level of respect that might get lost for that person.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, why? You know, like it's like 9 a.m. and someone is just like devastating the bathroom, and you're sitting there like, why does this motherfucker have tiramisu for breakfast? Like, what the fuck?
How can I legitimately take orders from this person after what I ingested in there?
How can I have a meeting sitting across from you when I know what you just did?
Shit at home, Tom. Everybody else does it. Jesus Christ.
As we try and judge a Chris Getz, right? Like like how am I supposed to judge Chris Getz in year one coming through this?
I would judge Chris Getz on how he does in the Dylan Cease trade, if in fact there is a Dylan Cease trade, and I do think there's going to be a Dylan Cease trade.
I was going to the game, got to on the north side of 35th, and then they said, okay, go ahead. So I start walking across the street, and I think I got to about the sidewalk at the other side, but I'm not exactly sure of that. And then bam, like this car hit me. I never saw the damn thing. I mean, it's just like out of the blue. And the next thing I know, and I don't remember, how exactly it happened, but I end up upside down in the guy's open sunroof. Well, so I'm in this car upside down, and like I don't really like. I'm kind of obviously in shock, and I don't know what that was. And they take off on the Dan Ryan, and the cops are all over him. Basically, pulled some maneuver. They have a name for it. I think it's called PIT or something. Yeah, where they force him into an accident. And so I was in another accident with them. Cops come around the car, machine guns and all that shit. Get out of the car, get out of the car. The guy's like pointing one at me, and then one of the other cops is like, no, he's a victim, he's a victim.
Crocs are like in. Crocs are in. Like they are
So
it
young
right
kids.
now.
Yep.
And everyone who says they're not, I don't get it.
Let me explain this to you, because I think we need to do this.
Ahead.
We need to do this in reverse.
She knows
all right?
better.
Because
shut up.
Because you know what the youngs like. I'm gonna explain the olds. Because you think about the guys that used to go to ball games back in the the early 1900s. They're wearing like 3-piece suits. The less effort it takes to get into your clothing, the less effort you're giving in life, right? So when my sock summer can't bother to tie his shoes because he just needs slip-ons that don't even have a back because his fat feet don't fit in anything anymore.
Oh, man.
He's given up on life. And I'm sorry, MSS, I hate to bring it up, but you brought it up, so I'm just going to let you know. But that is
to the younger generation.
the olds looking at the youngs going like, you can't bother? You can't bother to tie up a shoe? You got to put on this plastic shit? You're just giving up on life.
Right-handed.
Man,
yes,
20, baby.
Yes, I can't believe I nailed it. I can't believe I got that perfect.
You knew that. This one is electric melon. So
Okay.
I have a fancy glass here.
Yeah.
This is definitely bum wine. Here we go. I've never had electric melon. I can't. I don't even know if I've had.
Yeah, give us some tasting notes.
Give it a swirl and a sniff first. I want to
Okay, yeah.
breathe it in.
And, all right,
It smells like bubble yum watermelon. I mean, the sugar notes are way up my nostrils. Right now, so I got that going.
You got diabetes again.
Okay. Does not seem to be any legs whatsoever. So
That happens sometimes. It's a little young, maybe.
I mean, that's not good.
So my question to you guys is, boys, is it just that hard to handicap the number 5 pick in the MLB draft? Or something else at play here? Have all these experts gotten duped? It's freezing.
Well, I think you look at bring his picture back up just for a second.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
because I want to say that if you look closely at this picture, and you're familiar with Chicago sports history, you might have thought to yourself as one of these prognosticators that after the Haynes commercial, Chicago might not go back to the well on this mustache. And I think that might be where people got tripped up. Now we're getting into the good stuff. The top half.
Got a problem
So
with this
we're
one.
right at the middle. It's nine songs total on the album. We're at great. You've got one track here.
Yeah.
Let's go crazy.
Perfect song to start the album off. Like it's by far the best song for an intro. Like you couldn't put it. If I had to like produce this album, that was 100%. That's like right in your face. Just the drum solo coming in, fucking right away. Like it's It's a great song, but I really, and I think you guys had this conversation before where a lot of the more or less popular songs when it came out, one of my favorites. But now that I'm older, now 40 years later, I'm digressing, listen to some of the stuff. Some of these other songs that aren't so popular or weren't getting so much radio play, I have more appreciation for those, for the ones that got overplayed. And to me, that one just got overplayed.
I think you got My Suck Summer in his feelings right now.
No.
So I want to hear from My Suck Summer.
You saying that this is a great song. Like you gave this a C. You gave it a C, bro. This is an A+. This song is the shit. This guitar work is insane. And listen,
it is. I've seen him play it live quite a few times, but I'm telling you, it's just
full honesty.
Yeah.
Like fucking, I have never seen Purple Rain until I started watching a little bit of today, and we were busy because I had family shit. But I started the movie, and the first song, obviously, on the movie is Let's Go Crazy, and then they jam out in the fucking movie, and it is just like, this makes it even 10 times better. And I'm like, this is what this fucking idiot Wally put as great. He thinks this is great. Like you're telling me
I'm
that the
assuming
song that sets the tone for the whole movie in a great album is just great.
Yeah,
No, the perfection is it's amazing. You fucking idiot. I'm sorry.
Nope.
A big GFY goes out to Chicago history for posting this fucking picture of a smoked Polish sausage with fucking brisket on top and a Golden Carolina fucking barbecue sauce going across it. This does not exist, people. It does not exist. I walked to the back.
Fucking awesome.
Sunday, our guys, More Than Dogs, are not there. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go fucking eat this Polish sausage with brisket all over it because this fucking looks delicious, and I'm going to go do that. So I go back to the smokehouse where my ladies work, Evelyn and everybody else, and I'm like, hey, I would like this. And she's like, we don't have that here. And I was like, what do you mean you don't have this here? This is the only place that has barbecue. It has to be here. Nope, we don't have that here. She's like, go look over there. That person right there is the head. Go talk to her. And I'm like, okay, it's my friend, Jen. I go, hey, Jen, where the fuck is this? And she goes, yeah, I don't know. That's not us. I've never seen this before. I'm like, you got to be kidding me that this is not in the fucking park. Fucking goddamn. That doesn't end there. So they're like, it might be here. It might be there. I'm like, it's not even on the list. It's nowhere. And so I'm like, oh, fuck. So Monday I go back. I'm talking to the food and beverage director of the Chicago, Sox Park. And I'm like, hey, where is this? He's like, that's not us. We didn't make that. We don't make that. Chicago history just posted this thing and said, there's this hidden gem, blah, 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 within the park. It doesn't exist. And I am fucking angry about it because it's getting so much play. That tweet that was there, that had 1.2 million views on that shit. And the fucker doesn't exist, folks.
These are even more insane. So plus 100,000. This one, I could see someone putting money on this. And they go, okay, 49ers to win. Debo MVP. First scorer, George Kittle. Coin toss tails. Gatorade color red. Plus 100,000.
Damn, man.
The same
that's
odds,
a good leg.
Which is the same odds as 49ers to win and Taylor Swift seen kissing George Kittle after the game. Which is the same odds also as Las Vegas is invaded by aliens and the game ends in a tie.
Treasy, what are the odds of seeing this right here? Is Bovada pricing this right now? Because I think we need this price right now.
They're not, which is crazy.
That's his daughter, right?
But let me tell you something wild here. So plus 100,000. Las Vegas is invaded by aliens and the game ends in tie.
Yeah. You already bet on it, right? Did you move the odds down?
You would think so, because that's not the longest odds.
Oh, God. What?
And the longest odds are purely football. They're purely football.
Oh, shit,
like these
really?
could happen. There's a plus 500,000. No, I mean, like it's almost impossible that this would happen, right? But it's end of each quarter score. right? Like, so it's like 49ers 13, Chiefs 10, Q1. Q2, 49ers 13, Chiefs 17. Q3, 49ers 20, Chiefs 27. Fourth, 49ers win 33-30. How is that longer? Like, I know that is an impossible bet to hit.
Yeah,
but how the fuck is that longer odds than the aliens?
Because they know something.
Yeah,
it's
that's
extra easy.
I like that.
MSS is right. The bookmaker knows what's going on here.
Yeah, they know.
Quincy brings up a good point on the aliens bet. It is a parlay that you have to have the aliens and the tie.
Well, I think she wants to know which one's longer odds, aliens or tie. Like, it's a good question. It's fair.
The tie is not quite that long of odds, and but like I want to know. I want to know if you are a bettor, and you are like, Las Vegas is invaded by aliens and the game ends in a tie. Man, if I hit that bet, think about the money, and then I want you to think about how you collect it.
Exactly.
So
how you get out of there?
Let's just say that happens, right? Does the NFL, we invaded by aliens, let's say we smoke them.
We're all dead. Just
stop.
Bro,
Stop.
Bovada's in Canada. They could still pay.
I watched an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and you just got to throw water on these motherfuckers, and they die, right?
Oh,
we
shit.
already know
Okay.
that. We
All
already
right.
know the fucking thing. There it goes again. We already know the way to kill these aliens, okay? So they invade us. We throw some water on them. Does the NFL end the game in a tie, or do they come back and just postpone it?
Yes. Yes. Manny Mitch says, be so sick if you get the aliens, but no tie.
What if it's like 31 to 20?
What a bad beat that would be. Aliens left. Like,
how many
what's
quarters
the
you gotta
fucking
get
score?
in the
Oh
NFL
no,
to
the Chiefs are
professional?
winning. Fuck.
The aliens get there like, you guys are all fucking dead, but we want to let this play out.
Crazy. What do you got?
So my idea was, there's one thing that I always feel is devoid in the trades in MLB is, unlike other sports, you can't trade draft picks. And I would love to see that in MLB, but we do it where we put the draft lottery right at the front of the winter meetings, and then only for the duration of the winter meetings can you trade draft picks to up the amount of trades that happen during the winter meetings.
I don't ever say like an unequivocal yes to something the first time I hear it, and I'm not going to do it here because because I'm not smart enough. Seriously, I'm not smart enough to understand the unintended consequences and what could happen because of this. But just as an idea, I'm 100% on board with it. That's awesome. Like a limited, I just think limited amounts of times to do things forces action.
I had never heard that term. I've
never heard the honey dick?
No, I don't even know. I
love
still don't even really know what it means.
Me either, but the second I saw it, I knew exactly what it meant, and I fucking loved it. I'm like, I can't wait to reuse this somewhere down the road once it's forgotten about a little bit.
Honey dicking is just like you're telling somebody lies, but you're doing it so well they just believe you. And I also thought it was like, it's just you're so good, you make the girl and like, so
that I believe
the women can do the same thing to guys. They're just like, no baby, that wasn't me. It's the same deal. Pussy's so good, like I'm not even gonna. Not even fucking with it. So yeah, that's it's kind of the same, but yeah.
Reminder: this Sunday,
all questions
show. All questions.
Sunday soak. All questions.
Everyone, settle into your chair. This is a little bit of a read. 108 supporter Bennett Carroll asked the group if anyone had read the A-Rod sex story over on Reddit. So no one responded really. I went to check it out for science, of course, and it was hilarious. So I'm going to read it to you because most people didn't read this because it was buried amongst a lot of comments on the Daryl Strawberry I fucked a girl's story that just came out this past week. So actually, the guy said he had bought some really good tickets at a Lakers game, and they were like courtside or something. And during the courtside time, or during the halftime, they went up to go get a drink. One of the ushers came over and gave the girl that he had taken as a date a a number from a player and said, hey, I think you're attractive. Maybe you should come hang out with me in my hotel after the game. And the girl kind of brushed it off. It's like, yeah, that happens, whatever. And the guy was like, what the fuck? Like, I just spent some money. Now some guy's trying to take my money. So this girl, Amy, had a housewarming party, and people were sitting around the table, and they were drinking. Amy had her friends over, and this was a few weeks after the Lakers game, and it was amusing them with a story of how weird it was that something like that not only is attempted, but apparently works. The girl, let's call her Mandy, chimed in, and she was had one with a baseball encounter. Without me asking, and very little hesitation, she pours herself a shot, throws it back, and launches into the story. First of all, this is the first bullshit part of the story. Okay? No girl goes, well, if I'm going to tell it, I better have this shot of fucking, whatever. No one does that. Mandy got herself invited to a Yankees game. It was 2005, and by some guy that was trying to fuck her. The guy ended up having to bail last minute for some stupid work thing, so she had 4 tickets that were ridiculously stupid close to the field. Just for a frame of reference, Mandy is easily the most effortlessly attractive person I've ever had the pleasure of meeting in real life. With no makeup and basically throwing clothes on, Mandy was basically by default the best looking person in any room she went into. Really cool chick too. Loved singing Lion King while hammered, Great White Buffalo, etc. Anyway, she ended up talking to 2 of her friends and a dude that was dating one of them, taking 2 of her friends and a dude that was dating one of them to the game. Sometime during the game, an usher came up to her and asked if she could follow them. Thinking something was wrong, I guess they weren't sitting in their exact seats, for comfort, blah, 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 she followed the usher up to the concourse. A woman was waiting for them there looking about as happy as you would expect a woman to look if she was being asked to be a personal booty call messenger. Mandy asked, what's wrong, and if there was a problem. The woman replies, here, this is from you. Mr. Rodriguez saw you in the crowd and would like to meet you. Call this number if you would like to accept any time after the game is over. Mandy, like fucking Alex Rodriguez? Woman, yes, fucking Alex Rodriguez. This is why I like telling the story in person. She basically gave the most sarcastic fuck you sigh and response ever, just like kindly sharply turned and just left. So Mandy is kind of thrown through a loop. She was handed a business card, I don't remember if she told me what was on the card, with a phone number. Mandy grabbed a beer, found her seats again, and told her friends what just happened. Everyone didn't believe her at first. She showed them the number, and then they thought it was the funniest thing ever. After a long silence, her BFF says, well, I mean, you gotta do it, right? Mandy was single at the time, and apparently, according to her, it had been a while, so she decided to have a few drinks and think it over. Third part of bullshit of the whole story. She's the hottest chick in the room. She ain't getting fucked.
It's been a while.
All right. Don't get it.
You don't know how long it's been a while is, though, for a hot chick. It might be like 3 days. Yeah. Like,
no, that's okay. That could be true, right? But like, I have never known an incredibly hot chick that can't go out and go, hey, you know what? You want to fuck? And some guy won't be like, yeah, let's fuck. Because it's not like a dude, like an ugly dude, especially going out. Hey, would you like to fuck? And they're like, fuck you, I'm calling the cops. You know? I mean, it's a way different world, right? So anyway, Mandy was single in time, and apparently, according to her, it had been a while, but she decided to have a few drinks and thinking, apparently, the entire rest of the game, all 4 of them were just staring at A-Rod whenever he went trying to catch a glimpse of him looking in the direction, winking at her, anything. They looked like creepy stalkers. Anytime he would emerge from the dugout, they would be like, oh shit, there he is. He's totally going to look over here. Nothing. He didn't do so much as glance in that direction of the crowd the entire game. Mandy was 100% certain she was being fucked with. The game ended and her friends urged her to call a number. Anyway, because why not? It's probably fake, whatever. She calls, someone answers the phone with a quick, may I help you? She says, yeah, hi, I was given this number by an usher. The dude cuts her off. Where are you at right now? Mandy tells him she's in front of the stadium. The guy tells her to walk somewhere close by, and he will be there shortly. So kind of wary of what's going on, and even if it's even legit, she's getting murdered, or she takes her friends to the spot, right? The dude pulls up, big black dude, introduces himself to Mandy and friends. He explains that he will take Mandy at the party's request, and he will stay close by. He gave the friends his number in case to contact him, just if they wanted an update. And he told everyone would just to make sure that she was safe. Mandy looks at her BFF, who just looks at her with this huge smile and goes, well, I mean, you have to, right?
Who is this best friend, by the way?
BFF.
I guess you have to, right?
I guess you gotta do it. So Mandy had a, what my grandfather would say, fuck it YOLO moment. She hopped in the car and blah, blah, blah. Apparently, it took a while to get wherever they were going, and Mandy was having some serious second thoughts. She got a decent amount of texts from her friends telling her to bail if anything got weird.
Oh boy.
You just threw your friend in the car because telling her that you need to do it, and they're like, hey, if she gets
And then
weird,
20 minutes
let's
later.
run away.
Yeah.
hey, go do this. If it possibly gets weird, which is absolutely going to happen, you should probably bail.
So they arrived. The driver called over a valet dude, told him something quietly, and slipped him something. The valet told Mandy to follow him. He led her to an elevator and told her which floor to get to and what to do when she arrived. Apparently, the secret sauce is to knock slowly 3 or 4 times. I was let down by that. I kind of wanted some kind of secret password by biogenesis or something like that. But I digress. That's another reason why we know this is fake. Mandy follows directions and knocks as she is told. Apparently, freaking the fuck out was a massive understatement, and she told me that she seriously considered sprinting to the stairs if anything looked remotely weird. Someone who isn't A-Rod answered the door. Sprinting was suddenly a viable option. Apparently, it was some kind of personal assistant. He told her that Alex was inside in the bedroom and leaves after letting her in. So Mandy gathers herself and goes forward. In the bedroom, she finds A-Rod sitting on the end of a bed on a laptop watching one of his at-bats. Mandy says, hi, I heard you wanted to meet me. A-Rod doesn't even acknowledge her for a pretty sizable, awkward amount of time. He's just sitting there rewinding and playing back the same at-bat over and over. Right when she thinks she should leave, he closes the laptop, stands up, and puts on the most fake big smile ever and walks up to her. He introduces himself as Alex and shakes her hand and then walks out of the room. Mandy has no idea what to do. If she should stay, anything. So she just stands in the same spot awkwardly, just kind of waiting. A-Rod comes back in just a towel, and he sits on the bed and motions her, Mandy, to sit next to him. She does, and at this point fully admits he's an incredibly good-looking man in person and was pretty much instantly into it when she saw Towel Rod. And then they exchange about a minute of pleasantries. Towel Rod. So Mandy, where are you from? Mandy, L.A. Are you a Yankees fan? Not really. Are you an A-Rod fan? Sure, I guess. Apparently this whole time, this super huge fake smile never left his face. That's great. At this point, his face completely changes. He takes off his towel. His attitude gets straight to business. I don't like being touched. No touching. I want you to play with yourself and sit at the end of the bed. Like right now? Yes. I have a day game tomorrow. I have to make this quick. So yeah, I guess she disrobes and sits on the end of the bed. A-Rod lays against the headboard and starts going to town on his nipples. Like hard nipple play right out the gate. At this point, she reiterates that A-Rod is a very good-looking man, and honestly, she's done weirder. Okay, 4th part of bullshit. Hot chicks ain't doing weird shit in the bedroom. Like, it's probably not happening.
My Sock Summer, I just want to let you know I'm hooked in and I believe every single word of this so far. Let's keep going. It might get weird later and I won't believe it, but I'm not sure.
So she starts doing her thing and just adjusts her position on the bed a bit, moving her legs. Apparently, she brushed one of A-Rod's legs in the process, and which prompts him to give her a very stern, no touching quip. So I guess he goes to fucking town on his nipples for a few minutes. He asks her to play with her own nipples, then requests she gets more aggressive. A-Rod is probably is important to mention, was soft basically this whole time. When she starts some nipple play and giving her his best sexy voice, he starts to get his little guy going. She tells her, please don't look at me. So Mandy's now staring at the wall, going to town on herself. I tried really hard not to touch A-Rod. Very shortly after she hears, turn around and don't move. A-Rod blows what was apparently an earth-shattering enormous load on her back. She felt as if he was emptying an Elmer's glue bottle on my back. Okay, edit. Just to clarify, they had never had sex or really even touched each other at this point. When he's done being a one-man glue factory, he says incredibly firmly, not move, do not move. She feels him towel her back off with an incredible amount of detail. Then he just leaves the room again. Mandy sits at the end of the bed and just kind of waits. She doesn't quite know what to do, and she's already naked and revved up, so she's hoping there's a bit more to this. A-Rod comes back out, fully clothed, and sits on the end of the bed and opens the laptop right back up, hits play, and goes back to watching his at-bat. Manny asks, so I guess that's it? A-Rod, yeah, I have an early start time. You understand. My assistant is waiting outside and he can help you leave. I would appreciate that if this was between you and me. So she leaves. When she opens the door, the same assistant is waiting for her. He leads her to the lobby where the driver is waiting, and he leads her to the car and takes her where she requests to meet back up with her friends. And that's it. A-Rod is apparently super into nipple play, but really isn't a huge fan of touching and being looked at. Super fucking weird, but amazing story. No, the guy had no way to confirm this. Some details might be fucked up because it's been a long ass time. I have no reason to believe Manny would lie to me, blah, 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 and her friends have confirmed everything. I think that's total horse shit. What fucking hilarious.
Who loses more at the casino? Beef Loaf or Chorizo E? And I only put us, Beef, because we'll be honest about how
our losses.
Wally will lose the most, but he'll be like, "Oh shit, I won all night."
Man,
exactly.
Every time I go to a casino in Kansas City,
I always win. Han has not picked up that mantle, and he was bad at it kind of all the way. The only year where they were okay at it was 2021. Jake Lamb came in here for a little bit, and they got the miracle from Yerman Mercedes. But they did pick up solid guys like Brian Goodwin, who played well for a while, right? He hit righties and did sort of the things you needed them to do. They were bad at it, though, every single other year under Han.
Right? You think about, like, the Kenny Williams regime. I think all of us would agree. 2005, they struck gold. That team is not a World Series team most other years, right?
The 06 team was better. Talent-wise, talent for talent, those 16 better.
Beef. 2021
yeah,
was Han striking gold. Like that
was his gold year.
That's
yeah.
everything working. Like if his whole plan came together, it's what you had in 2021.
Yeah.
That's the plan firing on every cylinder. That's terrifying.
That's sad. I was gonna say that's sad that we sat through all that losing.
Hey,
Alex,
read that.
Do y'all think Costco has MS's picture up on the wall to prevent him from bankrupting them on samples?
Here's the deal. Fucking Alex Rude. Your boy doesn't really wait for samples. If the shit is ready to go, I grab it and then I keep walking and I say thank you and I keep
Alex,
moving.
I agree. You're absolutely right because that's
out.
why MSS didn't get in the altercation in the gas line. He was too afraid he would get banned from the samples. They seen him starting some shit or calling one of their loyal customers a cunt, like Patrick Bertoletti knows MSS did under his breath, but not out loud because he was afraid to get into some shit. He would be kicked out and he would know free samples.
I got a question for MSS. Got a question for MSS.
Go ahead.
You are a Costco guy.
I am not that much, but yes,
Costco guy.
How's the chicken bake?
So
it's delicious.
you're walking through. You're doing your daily pickup of 600 pounds of olive oil.
Listen,
when you see it, you get a good sample. You're like, oh, that shit was good. You circling around? Getting the second one? Like you've never been there?
Nope.
No?
I don't do that because here's why I don't do that. Because we live in a society and there's rules. I want somebody else to get a sample too. And I get mad when I'm
out of here. I can't believe I started that. I'm out of here.
When I see other couples coming up, I'll tell you how I do it though, Treasy. I see other people come up and grab 6 things and then take them back to the cart. No, that's not fair. That you can't do that. That's rude. Like there's people waiting. You can't just grab 6 and then just roll. What I will do though is if the girls are with me, I'll be like, hey, you want to try this? And as much as she'll say, little sis Summer, be like, no, I don't want to try that. And I'm like, let's just try it. And you see if you like it. And she goes, I'm not into it. And then she goes, okay, whatever. And then finally I just have to say under my breath, it's for me. Just fucking take it. And I'll eat it. I'm not going to force you to eat it, but it's for me. You know? So she will take it and then she goes, Dad, I don't like this. I don't want this. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I cheer and says everyone should get, but I need 182 Frank Thomas Bonbons.
Smash or pass. 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 Smash or pass.
That's right, motherfuckers. Smash or Pass is back. And tonight, I'm hosting Smash or Pass. Usually Loaf does it. Treasy's done it. I'm doing it tonight. And I don't know if you guys know, but we have a blog. And if you read the blog, I have a very popular blog that seems to get very, very popular at night. It's most obtainable 80s starlets. Now, I wrote the 80s starlets one, and then I was like, I got to kind of capitalize this, and I'm going to do the most obtainable 90s starlets. And that did not work as well. The 80s one was where it's at, and I thought tonight we would do Smash or Pass for the 80s starlets that I put into that blog. Now, but there's a little twist, okay?
All right.
We're going to go with how the 80s starlets, because our guy, Loaf, is a known GILF guy, how the 80s starlets look
allegedly
today, okay?
All right.
So we'll start with our first guy. Now, hold on. Before we get into this, I guess before we really do this, if you go to our website, FromThe108.com, FromThe108.bigcartel.com, use the code LIVEBY5.
Someone bought something, by the way.
LIVEBY5. Yeah, Gene Kelly bought something,
purchase,
actually.
Yeah.
So you're welcome, Gene. Yeah, you can save $5 while the podcast is running. The first 5 people to do that, there's 4 spots left apparently. So please get out there and buy something. It's a good way to support us and support the local White Sox Twitter scene. That is us. That's just us. We get all that money.
Only us.
All right. So first up, she's awesome. Courtney Thorne-Smith.
Hello.
All right. So
Summer
Courtney
school.
Thorne-Smith, she
Summer
was in
school, exactly.
She was in summer school. She was in Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise. She was on a shitload of TV series, including Growing Pains, Day by Day, and LA Law. Now, that was Courtney Thorne-Smith in the 80s. This is what she looks like now, and I want to know. She's 58 years old. Chorizo, you smashing or passing Courtney Thorne-Smith?
Now, was she on a show with Jim Belushi? Was she Jim Belushi's wife on a show?
I think so.
Ruined.
Yes.
Pass.
The Belush.
I think she was the mom. Yes. Low. Smashing or passing or 58-year-old Courtney Thorne-Smith.
Man, let me just, I don't know, like, put the original picture back up just for 1 second. Right?
Whoops.
So
Wrong one. There we go.
So, I mean, that version of Courtney Thorne-Smith,
oh,
just elite. Now, put the current version up there.
Unbelievable.
See, what happened is she went in the wrong direction, in my personal opinion, and got a little too wafy.
She is
There's
a little
too thin, a little too skinny there. Still very beautiful. Not gonna lie. I might pass. I'm gonna pass here. I'm gonna be honest. I don't. My animal magnetism is not going towards. I'm gonna pass. You know.
Oh man, that's sad because she's 58, and you know the old people, they stop eating. They're like, we'll just get my folks. They're like, I
don't know if that's true.
We'll get one.
We're not that far from 58. We haven't stopped eating yet.
No, no, we're not going to stop eating. Please. Second up, we all know who this is. Oh man, that's hot ass Alyssa Milano.
Alyssa Milano.
Man, she was in. I mean, do we need to go through her stuff? She was in. Who's the Boss with Tony Danza? Judith Light.
She was in every Trapper Keeper that you had in your whole life.
Yeah. Yes. Now, 80s Alyssa Milano was good, but 90s Alyssa Milano was really good too because she was in that weird Embrace of the Vampire movie where she just broke out her titties for the entire movie. But yeah, that was the only thing. But now this is Alyssa in the 80s. Here's Alyssa now at 51. Beef Loaf. You smashing or passing Alyssa Milano? 51.
Oh, baby. You know what? Alyssa Milano is out of her fucking mind generally. Anytime I hear her say anything, tweet anything, talk about anything. But just getting a little look at her, I am smashing the shit out of this. Look at the lips still on her, and she did not get wafy thin. She still got it, so I'm smashing the motherfucker right now.
Sounds good. Chorizo.
Yeah, I mean, there's just too much childhood caught up in this.
Of course.
Like, even though she's insane now, and that I've got to pay for her kids to go and travel baseball, even though I've never met her. I think I still got to smash. I still got to smash this one.
I'm so proud of you guys. Okay, because yes, Alyssa Milano, you do your high self. I talk about this every so often. You do your younger self a favor, and you get up in there because you could have, if you would have been able to do it back then, you would have. You're like, it don't matter now. You just do it. You just do it. So, yeah, the whole travel baseball thing was sort of weird too because like people are like, well, why doesn't the celebrity just act like a celebrity and just be like us, and just do normal things like us? And then they try to do it, and they're like, fuck you! You make a bunch of money. Don't take my money. This poor kid is like, I'm just trying to raise funds here. Like, come on,
do normal stuff like us, like eat Long John Silver's, not ask us for money.
Nobody normal eats Long John Silver's. I have to say that.
MSS Singer of Socks is in the comments. Says this is too easy. Hope it gets tough.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. You just wait. Actually, I was pleasantly surprised with the way some of these women have turned out.
Timothy Maher says, I love that Beef is judging all these women like an old Slavic grandma. No, too thin. Your children will be sickly.
Next up, Elizabeth Shue. Now, this is what I wrote about her in the blog. I said yes, and so much yes. In Karate Kid, she dumps the hot guy and actively pursues the new kid. Hope for all the small-statured, hot-headed kids. She is also cool, likes sports, arcades, and guys with goofy older Asian men friends. Plus, she's totally fine with Daniel's mom driving them on a date. Fucking Hope springs internal. The fact that she is easy on the eyes doesn't hurt either. Now, the whole point of the blog was girls that you could possibly have sex with that were 80s starlets. So Elizabeth Shue fit that bill. Oh, Treasy's gone.
Treasy's out of here.
So this is too much. Elizabeth Shue is too much.
He's got to go rub one out. He's got to go finish the job right now.
Now, Elizabeth Shue, Beef, is 60 years old, and this is what she looks like now.
Oh, hello. Yeah,
so, Beef
right.
Loaf, because your brother is no longer with us. Would you smash or pass Elizabeth Shue? 60.
Oh, man, that's an insta smash right there, man. Yeah, she looks great. I mean, I'm impressed she's held up so well. At 60, yeah, that easy smash, no problem.
Easy smash.
Yeah.
Chorizo is back. I'll just so you know I'm not doing
We're
that.
back.
Chorizo.
Oh my God,
Elizabeth Shue,
and I was very excited
years
for
old.
this one.
60 years old.
You got too excited. You had to go to your new son and rub one out.
Let me get rid of these tissues.
Don't be blowing shooting ropes in the new sauna yet.
So I watched the show The Boys, and she's been in it over the seasons. She's still a smoke show at her age. So absolute smash. Smash. I'm not gonna do if you're watch The Boys, I'm not going the direction of the show. All right, so calm down about that shit. I'm not weird like that. But like
he's talking about,
but I definitely smash here.
It's okay. Well, good. I guess again, I am so proud of you guys. You guys are keeping it together, and I like it. Now, next up, Susan Ursetti. She's 6. That's Boof. She stuck around like a whiny, bitchy, hot-headed loser.
Am I up first? Because pass.
You haven't even seen the older picture yet.
And made his whole life. She looks like a young Joan Jett and was nice to even take the wolf guy back after he was rude as fuck to her. All right, so this is Susan Ursetti. She is 66 years old, and this is what she looks like today. And yes, you are going to be first, Chorizo. Smash or pass, Susan.
Nah, I can't fuck everybody's auntie. Like that's I feel weird about it. I'm gonna pass on this one. I just there's no background on this one for me. There's just like there's no connection. Yeah, she was with the guy that wolfed out. That's fine. I'm uninterested here.
Okay. Beef. You smashing or passing the girl that made out with the Teen Wolf?
I mean, Treasy's over there like, I can't fuck everyone's auntie. I sure as fuck can. So, yes, I will smash right here. All right? I mean, like, she looks great. I mean, what do you mean? Like, I don't know. Like, she did not get too thin. She looks terrific, you know?
No.
I'm in. Count me
and
in.
there is better pictures of her, but she's with other people, and I didn't want to, to confuse
Senior
you guys.
says, you're not going to believe this, but would.
He's already smashed.
Mrs. B says your mom is that age, right? But my mom don't look like that. All right, just take it easy, Mrs. B. Just you relax in the comments right now. All right. How dare you? How dare you?
Listen, their mom was not with Teen Wolf. Okay, just take it easy.
Exactly.
Oh man, John just posted. What about Winnie Cooper? Listen, Winnie Cooper was totally not obtainable. Like there's no way in hell you were gonna get down with Winnie Cooper. Like you might have been able to get down with Denise DeGrease or one of the other girls on the show, Becky Slater, but you were definitely not getting down with Winnie Cooper. They did not make the cut though. You're gonna be happy with what I got here though. So just take it easy, okay?
Let's get this drink real quick.
Yeah, sure.
From Peyton. Cheers, Peyton.
Man,
thank you, Peyton. Appreciate you.
I gotta fill up. Jesus Christ. All right.
Oh man, I'm proud of you right now.
Yeah, he's really going well right now. I like this shit.
We're getting real close to the fucking end of this bottle. And I can't wait to buy the handle version of this because this shit is good. Dougie Fresh from the Chicago Sports Pump is like, that's my regular drinker. It's a good fucking bottle.
Timothy Maher says, Beef's the only one with the math skills to hang with Winnie Cooper.
Man,
bless your heart. She's not my type, really, but bless your heart. I appreciate it.
You'd whoop your ass, though, in the mask.
See, the thing they don't know, Beef, is that Dr. Feelgood would have cock-blocked the shit out of you. And he's better at math than all of us.
And I would have let
math than all of us.
That's true, and I would have let him regardless. That's more his speed right there.
Next up, same movie, actually. She was a late addition in the blog. Her name is Lori Griffin. You might remember her as the hot girl that the Teen Wolf got down with. There she is in her lacy underalls. And she is now 63 years old and looks like this. Loaf, gonna have to ask you. You smashing or passing Lori Griffin?
Man, I mean, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna pass right here. It's close to a smash, and but I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm like Treasy. There's no connection from younger, and then maybe a little too much light in this picture, a little too much blasting on there. If we dim it down a little bit, we get a little darker in the room. Maybe I could get a little more interested. But right now, I'm gonna pass.
Sounds good.
Deborah Harry after an allergic reaction. I'm out. I'm sorry. I'm passing.
No, listen. Here's the problem. Lori dropped out. I'm not even sure this is actually her picture, but she kind of dropped off the face of the world in 1993.
You don't know if this is her picture? We just got. Did you go off LinkedIn?
It came through.
She's a dentist.
We got catfish right now, Tracy. We just got catfished by MSS. He catfished us with a random picture. He's like, "Well, here's another white woman. Here you go. This is close enough."
I fooled you guys.
It was on
we
a
all look
page.
the same, huh?
Fuck you guys.
It was on a page, so I wasn't sure, and I didn't know if I should include her, but I definitely wanted to show this picture on the screen, so I was like, I'm going to go with that.
Southside Mofo says, let's see that morning pic. The comments are out of hand right now.
Next person. We all remember her. This is Joe from Facts of Life.
Oh, yeah.
Now, as I said in the blog, Blair was crazy hot, but she wasn't letting you do jack. No way she was into you, but Joe, she'd help you change your oil and make out with you after. Here is 58-year-old Nancy McKeon.
Oh, all right.
Chorizo.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean,
smashing or passing, bro.
Now, I'm just looking at her for a second. She looks crazy as fuck. So
that helps. That improves the chances.
It's not hurting. It's not hurting. I feel like there's I get to her place. There's some weird Wiccan shit going on, but I'm smashing. I'm smashing 100%.
Oh yeah, Beef Loaf. I mean, I don't know why I'm even asking you this, but smash or pass?
I mean, the easiest smash in the history of smashing.
Right?
I was impressed to see the picture, man. She looks much better now than she looked back then. I'm going to be honest with you.
No, she held up, and I mentioned
she somehow
that
looks younger now than in that other picture.
Yes,
she looks great. Yeah,
mentioned that in the blog too, and I did say in the blog you should Google her because she's really kept her fastball. So she's still got it going. She is kicking. Nancy McKeon. Yes, she's done. She is not on her own team, John.
I was gonna say,
she's
John
married.
says Joe sticks to her own team. I don't care. Things are fluid these days. We'll try anyway.
We've all learned that. Next up, I had to go in.
Singer Sex says wood first before you move on, and then says definitely use his teeth.
Shocker.
Hey,
now,
whatever you're into.
You got to take the risks.
There was we do these blog series called The Five. That was 5. That was actually 6. But so I had to move into the 90s starlet. And first up, yes, I'm positive that's it.
How do you tell?
That's funny. First up from the 90s. We all know this girl.
Yeah,
Tara Reid.
Tara Reid?
Yeah, American Pie's own. She's the one that held out with Kevin. And they got busy on prom night. She is 48 years old and looks like this. Chorizo. You smashing or passing 48-year-old Tara Reid?
Well, I think most people know this about me at this point in the blog, but in case you're new to the blog or something, prior to my current career, I used to work road crew. And this is basically what you get when you work road crew. So I'm smashing.
It's right down the fairway for the road crew.
I think this is probably this is like top tier road crew girl for electronica. That's all.
I don't know, because you can see the nose fading away from the cocaine. So like
there is potential for it to cave in. No,
there's a lot of makeup here.
There's
definitely some wear and tear here.
Chorizo, I'm gonna have to say this is opening band lead singer girl groupie. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, maybe I'm a better merch guy than you thought.
Maybe you are. Hey, Loafer, you smashing or passing? 48-year-old terror.
You know, my initial thought was that I was going to pass, but then I thought about it a little more, and I thought about, out of respect to Sharknado, I believe I need to smash here. I can't go past. I gotta smash just because of that great movie series. I got to be in here,
dude. So I went on and you're looking up pictures of her, right?
You found the best picture of her currently, didn't you?
Here's the deal.
Mile, if you Google her real quickly, you're like, oh boy.
I didn't, because there are a lot of bad pictures of her up. And I was like, I can't just pick a bad picture of her. I have to pick like one that I see more consistently. And I thought that was more consistent with like how she actually looked on a lot of her Instagram. I understand it's probably all like filters and all that shit, but like I was somewhat shocked, and I was like, she looks like a low rent Ivanka Trump. So it was good. I like the way she looks.
Timothy Maher says smashing Ian Ziering before I smash her.
Oh yeah, damn!
He's just Ziering's out in the street fighting guys on little bikes, so you wouldn't even have a chance.
I saw that, and Singer Sock says Riley Reid better, but still would.
Yeah, right. I don't know how Riley's looking right now. I don't know how she's looking these days. But all right, number 8. This is our last one, and I have a nice little story about her, and I'll tell it when we put the picture up. And it's Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh,
now former LFO singer Rich Cronin. He was on the Howard Stern show, and he had dated Jennifer Love Hewitt. Now, if you don't remember, like LFO was the song. Is like, I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. It was a band that was put together, I think, by Lou Pearlman. There's a documentary on him on the new Netflix. It's actually very crazy. Yeah. I think he accused Lou Pearlman of like molestation. He committed suicide, or he died of drugs or something. I don't know. Anyway, he was on Stern. And he was talking about Jennifer Love Hewitt, and he said Howard asked him about dating Jennifer Love Hewitt, and he replied that he met her at an awards show. He said, I decided to talk to her, and she kept talking to me. Rich eventually flew out to LA for their first date at Universal Studios, and she asked him to stay with her that first night. She made me wear 2 condoms, Rich laughed. That was Jennifer. Then Jennifer even gave him a ring. She said, listen, I want to marry you. We're going to be together forever. Later, Rich found out that she gave the same ring to other guys as well. So that was her move. She was like the Derek. Move. It was like the Derek Jeter gift basket, where you would give to the women that would leave. She would give them a ring and say, I love you. We're going to get married at some point, and then just never talk to him. Jennifer Love Hewitt is 45 years old. And this
don't go to the next picture. Don't go to the next picture yet.
Why not?
I need to talk about this picture on the far right.
Okay.
Because like that has to be photoshopped. Her head is on wrong. Her it looks like her neck is broken. Like what is going on?
No, she just had big hair, dude. She had a really small stomach. I don't know. There's several pictures like this that could be all photoshopped, but like
her neck is way over from where her head is. Like it's
she's
a very
doing
weird picture. I'm talking about the one in the green. The one in the green I'm looking at.
Yeah. Timothy Maher agrees with
broken you. Neck.
It's not AI though. This is pulled way before AI, but I don't know.
Regardless, she died in that picture. So let's look what the corpse
is like. Here's what she looks like now at 45 years old. And she's on a show called 911 or something. I don't know, but she got married in there. And I picked this specifically for all of us.
There's not even a question here. Right?
There's one obvious reason why we're going to smash right here. Yeah, I don't even know.
Love, why don't you start this off?
It's pretty straightforward smash. I didn't even see the whole picture, but I saw enough, and I know I'll smash.
What's that Offspring album? Yeah, smash.
MSS almost fell down. I saw.
Oh my god. Yeah. No, I was like, I saw this on her Instagram, and I was like, oh, I gotta throw that up there because that's the best picture. You gotta know how the girl's held up. You know, it's turning into 45 years old.
She lived
so,
through her neck being broken off.
So she's younger than us, MSS.
She is. And the only reason I went and looked her up because I was like, is it going to be weird to post a picture of Jennifer Love Hewitt and say that you wanted to smash back in the 90s? I was like, how old was she in the 90s? And I was like, she's 2 years younger than me. I was like, that's fine. I go, when I remember her, she was on Party of Five, and I was, 21? So she was 19. That's totally fine. That's not weird. So I just want to make sure I wasn't weird. So that's Smash or Pass. And it said, when they developed the area, they were like, we want these parking lots right here because Jerry didn't want businesses around there to take away any money that would be spent at that park. So,
which is also such like an 80s and 90s way of thinking. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, but they do allow tailgating, so a lot of people, we got a lot of healthy tailgaters, that will get there pretty early and cook up their own food and stuff. And you can bring anything you want into the ballpark for the most part, even guns. So it's like
we haven't tried it ourselves, but allegedly,
no. I once tried to bring in an entire pizza into the ballpark, and they told me I could not bring it in because it was not in a plastic bag.
So you went and folded the slices. You can do that. You can do the slice. If you fold them and you have the crust down on both sides, and then you go crust to crust and do it again, you can get an entire pizza in about this big a stack, which honestly would have fit in a bag. You unenterprising motherfucker.
Should have done it.
In the city of Chicago, back in the day, there was a ball player. They called him Jizz. They say playing for the White Sox, he had a certain flair. He hit 69 home runs. Man, that ain't fair. He swung that bat like a wild tornado storm. Every time he stepped up, he smashed it. It was the norm. The ladies in the stands, they couldn't help but stare. The legend of Alejandro Jizz spreading everywhere. Ooh, Alejandro Jizz got the magic touch. On the field, he was a kid.